What's up guys, today's gaming news video we start with Judas. This is the big new game from Ken Levine and the team at Ghost Story Games. Take-Two just put out their new money report and they finally gave us a release window. But I have some bad news for you. We are waiting a very long time. Take-Two says the game is coming out between April 2027 and March 2029. Yes, you heard it right. That means you will not play this game before April 2027 and it might even take until early 2029. Judas is a story shooter game. You play in first-person view. You play as a woman named Judas. She is stuck on a giant spaceship that is breaking apart. To stay alive, you have to make hard choices. You also need to build trust with other people on the ship. It sounds really cool if you ask me. We first saw this game way back in 2022 at the Game Awards. Since then, the makers are keeping super quiet. We do not have much to look at. But when it finally comes out, it is dropping on PC, PS5 and Xbox Series. The team at King Art just dropped a brand new gameplay trailer for Warhammer 40k Dawn of War 4, and we finally have a release date. The game is coming out on September 17, 2026. You can pre-order right now. The base game is $60, but if you pay $90 for the Commander Edition, you can start playing early on September 14th. This big version also gives you the Year 1 Season Pass. So, what's in the pass? You get the game music and two big add-ons. The first one is called Blood Ravens. It is coming out in early 2027 and tells you the story of the planet Kronos. The second one is Aftermath, dropping a bit later. It continues the main story and brings a whole new army and new leaders. The makers are also planning free updates from late 2026 to spring 2027. We are getting a new Crusade mode, extra maps and a map builder. The game is going back to its classic strategy roots. You can expect massive battles and a huge story mode within 17 missions. There are 4 armies to pick from: Space Marines, Orcs, Necrons and the Machine Army. Complex Games and Frontier announced a brand new Warhammer 40k game as well. It is called Chaos Gate Deathwatch. If you like the game Demon Hunters, you will love this because it is the big sequel. It is dropping on PC, PS5 and Xbox Series. This is a turn-based tactics game. You lead a special team of Space Marines. Your main job is fighting against evil aliens and chaos monsters. The story follows a man named Bastian Roth. He is looking into huge dark secret in space. There is a lot of cool stuff in the game. You have 9 different classes to pick from. You can change how your space soldiers look in many ways, and they come from different marine groups. You also get help from the normal human army. But wait, it gets better. You can bring huge machines into battle. You can command a giant robot called a Dreadnought and a massive Lehman Russ tank. Aside from the story, there's a quick fight mode. You can change all the rules to test out your best plans. The makers are working with experts, so all the armor and symbols look perfect and true to the Dark Warhammer world. Bungie just shared some crazy news. Destiny 2 is stopping its big updates. The last huge patch drops on June 9th. After that, they are moving on to new things. But do not worry, the game servers are staying online. This last update is called Monument of Triumph. It is free for everyone. They are fixing PvP, adding new bosses and bringing back Sparrow Racing. Bungie is also putting all Destiny 2 stuff into one big pack called Destiny 2 The Collection. All the DLCs are getting permanent price cuts in June. But wait, the news gets worse. The famous reporter Jason Schreier just shared what is really happening inside Bungie. He says big layoffs are coming to the Destiny 2 team. Right now there is no Destiny 3 in the works. Workers are pitching new game ideas, but Sony has not said yes to any of them. The market is tough right now. Sony is saving money and Bungie costs a lot to run. Bungie is moving a lot of workers over to Marathon. That game came out in March. It did not sell as well as they wanted. Sony lost $766 million because of weak sales from Marathon and Destiny 2. But the good news for Marathon is that the people who bought it are loving it and keep playing. Bungie thought about changing Destiny 2 to make it easier for new players to join, but in the end they decided to just stop making it. Now they are putting all their focus on Marathon and future games. Sony is changing its plans for PC games again. Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier says the head of PlayStation, Herman Hulst, had a big meeting with workers. He told them that Sony's huge story games will now stay only on consoles. We are talking about big solo games here. This means games like The Last of Us, God of War, Horizon, Ghost of Yotei, and Spider-Man. This will no longer come to PC. We do not worry about multiplayer games like Marathon. Sony is still bringing those to PC on day one. Other top insiders are saying the exact same thing. John Lineman from Digital Foundry talked about it on a podcast, and the famous leaker Nate the Hate confirmed it too. Sony has not said this out loud to the public yet, but the biggest names in gaming news say it is happening. A brand new shooter game just popped up on Steam way too early. It is called Impulse. It is made by 1047 Games, the same team that made Splitgate. Insiders are calling it the new Titanfall, complete with giant mechs and wall running. Famous reporter Tom Henderson says the big reveal was planned for Summer Game Fest in early June, but someone made a mistake and Steam page went live a few days ago. So what is Impulse? It is a 6 vs 6 team shooter. It is all about moving fast and jumping high. The game happens in a ruined city named Freehold. You can run on walls, swing with a grapple hook, and bounce on jump pads. You can also throw special paint bombs that change how the floors and walls work. The maps are built to keep you moving non-stop. The biggest feature is the mechs. These giant robots will drop right into the middle of the match. You can jump inside one to get huge guns, sick armor, and crazy powers. A good mech drop can turn a losing match into a win. Impulse is coming out before the end of this year. We still do not know if it will be free to play or if it will cost money. Drop your thoughts down in the comments. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Racing's game director Paul Fu just explained why they are cutting all the modern-day abstergo scenes. Ubisoft is taking these parts out so the new game feels more like the recent Assassin's Creed titles. Paul says the old modern-day parts would just look weird right now. The Animus machine has changed a lot over the years. Going back to the old style would break the whole look and feel of the series. But do not worry, you will still see the rifts in the new game. These are just like the ones in Assassin's Creed Shadows. They act like different story paths, showing us what could happen if things went another way. Black Flag Racing is coming out on July 9th for PC, PS5 and Xbox Series. Ubisoft shared their money report for the year and it is looking very bad. In the last 3 months, their money dropped by a massive 54%. Over the whole year, they are down 17%. Because they are losing money, Ubisoft is making huge changes. They stopped the 7 games from coming out. They pushed back 6 other games. They also closed down studios in Halifax and Stockholm, plus a part of the massive studio. What about the big games you want to play? Do not hold your breath. Assassin's Creed Hex, Far Cry 7 and the new Ghost Recon are very far away. We will not play these games until April 2027 at the earliest. It might even take until March 2029. The bosses say next year will be really weak for making money. They have no huge new games coming out. They are mostly relying on the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag Remake, Rainbow Six Siege X and selling their older games. If you liked the video, please smash that subscribe button and drop a like. It really helps the GGByte family keep growing. Stay safe and I will see you in the next one.